Okay, to take full advantage of the AI and to help us get started on our claims, we're gonna go into and get started with signing up with some of the AI tools. The first one that I recommend the most is ChatGPT, okay? Now, ChatGPT has a free tier account which you can just play around with. So this is really awesome if you're really constrained for budget, you don't have enough cash going around, whatever your situations. We veterans are always kind of tight for cash, right? So you just go to ChatGPT and just put ChatGPT, okay? You click on sign up for free. So basically, this is where you create count your email at gmail.com, okay? So you continue and then you create a password and press continue, and that should enable you to make a new account, okay? Now, I would really recommend that you just invest like $20 a month into ChatGPT because it's totally worth it. It will help you find a lot of the evidence, a lot of conditions you could file for. I mean, now there's other tools out there like Grok. This is pretty powerful AI by Elon Musk. I would definitely recommend you checking this out. Either this or you can also try like a Gemini, okay? Gemini and also Grok have ability to do amazing like PhD level analysis of your disabilities, digging up the evidence, writing nexus letters and things like that. It's so super useful, okay? But for the demonstration purposes, I'll show you Grok and Gemini because these are my favorite AI tools to work with when I'm doing my own disability claims or my clients' claims. So this is a paid version that I'm using, 2.5 Pro. And we're going to go here and we'll just get into the new project and try to start up a new project, okay? So I think one of the most important skills that you need to master when it comes to doing your VA disability claims with AI is finding out what conditions you might have, right? So you might ask things like, I was in the infantry, carried really heavy packs and machine guns, was near mortars. Also, I had in service sick call that doctor noted I had slipped discs in my lumbar spine and eventually developed into disc degenerative disease. So you would ask something like, what can I claim for my VA disability application? You type something like this and it will just spit out like a bunch of stuff in like a couple seconds. Okay, let's look at the results. Okay, as far as it goes, I gave you two options. So I'm just gonna glance over which option is pretty good. So I'm always looking for like a more detailed response. So I would definitely go choose this. And now let me zoom up a little bit so you can see a little better. So always remember, when you're using AI, there's always prompts, okay? I've included like tons and tons of prompts for you to use. Just copy and paste it over here, prompts over here, and just paste it, okay? And you can come up with any kind of prompts that you want to discover your disabilities and what to file for, right? So this is the result that I came up with. Infantry veteran with spinal injuries and motor exposure, guide to VA disability claims. So they explain like veterans in physically demanding roles such as infantry often face long-term musculoskeletal issues. This is especially true for guys and gals that were out in the field fighting with their weapons. You know, you'll have a very unforgiving environment that's really bad for your back, your muscles, and things like that, right? Let's look at, so the VA likes to rate degenerative disc disease from slip disc to DDD is a common medical trajectory. And some of the things that you can claim. So They try to measure your range of motion and how much can you move your back, bend it forward, backward, and side to side, and things like that, right? If it gets so bad you're missing work, can't do what you love anymore, you're definitely going to get some kind of rating, okay? So common secondary claims, you get things like radiculopathy. That's when one part of the pain just radiates down your arms or legs. You got pain, numbness, tingling, or weakness. Musculoskeletal issues like chronic back pains or veterans' gait and posture is altered, leading to problems in hips, knees, and ankles. So depression and anxiety, this is also a big one if you have a back problem. Because of your chronic pain, it limits physical interactions, you can't exercise, you gain a lot of weight, you feel socially isolated because you're housebound. Definitely you can do a mental health claim secondary to your degenerative disease, okay? I think this is for like everyone. Tinnitus, hearing loss, we were in such a loud environment when we're in the military, right? Let's try another one. Maybe non-combat roles, like I was a cook in the Air Force and I lifted boxes of potatoes and slicing thousands of potatoes every day. I was seen for carpal tunnel. What can I claim? So the technique about to show you is the way you dig up your primaries, okay? Your primary condition, it's good that if you have it documented, you've seen a doctor or a physician in service, you had to take a look at, it could be medic, corpsman, anything. So pretty much anything documented is guaranteed money, but if you have no documentation of the event, it's probably good that you start working on a nexus letter to service connect you, okay? So that is a secondary route. First is in-service direct connection. Second is get a nexus letter from a medical professional, okay? So let's look at this. As an Air Force cook who performed repetitive tasks like lifting heavy boxes of potatoes and slicing thousands of potatoes daily, you probably have a strong basis for VA claim, especially since you were seen for carpal tunnel syndrome during your service. Primary is like carpal tunnel. So you can do like hand paralysis if it was really, really severe. You might get a different rating how severe your paralysis is. Secondary claims, you can do things like tendonitis, tenosynovitis. The same repetitive motion that caused carpal tunnel could also cause inflammation of the tendons in your wrist or hand. If you have been diagnosed with these conditions, you can file a claim for them as well. Or you can do musculoskeletal issues for the upper extremities, maybe chronic nerve pain, neuralgia, even radiculopathy in the upper extremities, right? Also, always comes in handy like depression or anxiety, living with chronic pain, you can't function right, even lifting up a spoon hurts, right? So in that case, you definitely want to file secondary depression or anxiety. So this is most common if you have in upper extremities peripheral neuropathy, right? The most naturally occurring comorbid condition to carpal tunnel or any lower extremity conditions is like peripheral neuropathy. So you definitely want to claim that. It has symptoms of something like nerve pain, numbness, or tingling, other parts of your body. So to substantiate your like strong VA claim, you want to have in-service medical records. This part you don't really need to worry about it because VA goes into your service record. They dig stuff up for you on your behalf. They have a duty to help you, so you don't have to worry about that. If that condition really bothers you, you better get your butt to the doctor at the VA and get that diagnosis for the condition that it's bothering you for, okay? Now, if you have anyone from service or if you have a spouse or partner or friend, they could substantiate how your injuries are kind of messing up your life, okay? My hand hurts so much from like slicing potatoes, I have to call out at work or something like that, right? Personal statements, it's really good evidence that you can use to substantiate your disabilities, how it's affecting your life. Now, these are some of the conditions you can claim for like documented or the ones that need a nexus letter. If you're saying, I have nowhere to start, I have no documentation, I have no nexus letters, but you do have some conditions that are covered by toxic exposure, there is a new route, okay? So it's just to do a PACT claim, allows veterans to claim conditions that were caused by their toxic exposure during service. For example, I helped a client who was denied for 45 years, okay? He had a massive heart attack, and his occupational hazard or exposure was diesel fuel. So diesel fuel is scientifically linked to cause like heart attacks and heart disease. Okay, so I was able to get him 100% service connected in just like 115 days. 3.5 months. Okay, so you definitely want to leverage AI to find out what the causality is for that toxic exposure. So we will do a research example. We will say something like, I was in desert storm, I participated in burn pits, and now I have severe asthma and constant coughing. Can I claim this under the PACT Act? Now the AI is going out there doing all the research for you and giving you ideas on what items to claim. So this is really useful, you know. So if you think about it, like $20 a month is virtually nothing. It will keep digging for you, finding all these conditions you can file, which means when you get approved, you get paid for as long as you live, right? As long as the condition doesn't improve, the VA will keep paying you. Now, don't ignore these toxic exposure claims because they are money, okay? A lot of veterans, they are stuck in like 10%, 20% musculoskeletal condition with tinnitus, and they can't go any further. In my case, I am the specialist when it comes to toxic exposure claims. And I helped a lot of clients to win cases with the VA regarding toxic exposure. So let's go over this. Yes, you absolutely can file a claim, your severe asthma and constant coughing. So PACT Act, guys, just go online, watch videos, and read what a PACT Act is. It's the Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson honoring our promise to address Comprehensive Toxics Act of 2022. So as of time of making this video, it's 2025. So it's been out 3 years. Okay. I know there's a lot of you guys out there who did burn pits, all kinds of like extremely polluted stuff that's hazardous to body. For example, painting trucks, industrial solvents, handling diesel fuel, hydraulic fuel. It's all of that stuff. Okay. If you have skin problems, heart problems, any kind of like condition you suspect was caused by a toxic exposure, this is the way to go. So there's presumptive locations like Gulf, Djibouti, some places in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, UAE. It's a lot of coverage. Okay. If your sergeant made you go out in the back and burn all that nasty trash and you breathe in, and now you're just suffering, it's time to do a PACT Act claim. Okay. So what they're looking for is routes of exposure. They give you presumptive coverage. If you served in a certain time and you've developed these certain conditions, you're definitely eligible, okay? Now, how do you find this? Is you go through your DD-214 and it will tell you what locations you were at what year. So that's pretty much what the VA has to figure out for you. You don't have to do much, okay? So I would primarily use the ChatGPT to find what my primary claimable conditions are, lists like 10 of them, and we'll spit it out, right? So AI is doing its thing, going out, pulling primary conditions for you. So you're going to need this because you want to definitely write it in the worksheet that I'm providing you. Put it in the appropriate columns within that worksheet using the AI research tool, okay? So based on our query, it comes back with like degenerative disc disease, carpal tunnel syndrome, asthma, tinnitus, hearing loss, chronic bronchitis, chronic sinusitis, irritation is in your sinuses, sinus cavity, chronic rhinitis, swelling in your nose, radiculopathy, sciatic nerve pain, lumbosacral, right? It pretty much did the thinking for you, so you don't need to spend hours on researching on what you need to claim as your primary conditions. Now, this is where it gets exciting, right? So you don't know which one of these conditions VA might approve or deny. So you always want to increase your chances of increasing your service rating through secondaries. So we're going to ask, like, give me 10 more secondaries that I can claim for my VA disability application. Okay, let's have a go. Give me 10 most significant secondary conditions I can claim to these primaries. It would be disabilities, right? Go like this, and they'll spit out a bunch of good stuff for you. Yeah, so just let your imagination run wild. It could be depression and anxiety, radiculopathy, GERD. This is a big one. If you have mental health conditions, definitely GERD follows. You have acid reflux. You're anxious all the time, so it's stressing out your stomach. A lot of stress going in there, so your stomach can't relax, so all the acid comes to your esophagus. It's really, really painful, right? Hypertension, high blood pressure, sleep apnea. This is a big one. This is one of the most favorite secondaries for veterans. So if you have like PTSD, you can't sleep well, and you have like nightmares, your airway is tensing up at night, and you definitely need that CPAP machine to clear your airways, right? Maybe loss of sexual functions, migraines. Again, radiculopathy, you can secondary these. Irritable bowel syndrome. Make sure if you want to pursue these secondary conditions, you go to the VA doctor, get properly diagnosed, and get treatments, right? So these are all money, okay? Don't leave them out. Always consider your secondaries and add it to your primary to boost your VA ratings. That's about it, and I've just given you seeds of idea in your brain. You can go as creative as you want and come up with a lot of different conditions, okay? I want you to have a good solid 1 hour brainstorming, asking the ChatGPT, Grok, or Gemini. Any AI tool will definitely help you. It's really smart, and it's way of the future for veterans to do their VA claims. Okay, I will see you in the next lesson.